The Queen Mary is an icon in Long Beach, and it's been here since 1967, but now we're really at a crossroads for the ship, where city leadership is really going to have to make some really tough decisions on the ship's future. The big question that's come up with readers and everybody in Long Beach and people worldwide is, how did we get here?
Why did the city bring in urban commons? Why did they go along with this unknown, unexperienced, over-leveraged partner and trust them with the Queen Mary? And not just the Queen Mary, but to build this entertainment center venue around the Queen Mary. Why did the city do that? The Queen Mary is a topic that stretches back decades and decades, and there's no way you're ever going to write a comprehensive story about everything that happened in its history. So we bit off a chunk of the recent history of how did the Queen Mary's latest operator get control of the ship and then ultimately collapse into bankruptcy, leaving the city in a terrible position. And that was still in itself not an easy task, because we had to go over essentially half a decade of information of behind the scenes discussions, closed door meetings, public documents that had never been unearthed before to get a picture of what happened and who made the decisions at the time. The Queen Mary is really at a crucial turning point now, because a decision has to be made what to do with the ship. There's been this string of failed operators who kept trying and trying and trying to make money off of the Queen Mary. And the city was relying on them to make money so they could make so many repairs on the ship.
Just looking at the ship's longtime inspector, Ed Probonic, and he's been inspecting the ship for decades, and he was warning the city as early as 2017 about repairs that urban commons were not living up to, and shoddy repair work. So there was somebody whistleblowing and raising the alarm on this, and yet urban commons was really continued with this work.
Well, first of all, good morning, everyone, and it's always a pleasure to be here at the Queen Mary. I'm especially excited today because this ship is finally getting the paint job that it deserves. There's no question that it needs a lot of love when it comes to the paint and the exterior. And so what you're going to see, I think, over the course of this next year, in 2018, this ship is going to be radiant. It's going to look fantastic. So I'm really proud and thankful to Urban Commons for making the investment and partnering with the city to ensure that the ship looks in prime shape.
The city knew that Urban Commons was making promises that it likely couldn't keep, and they were aware that the Urban Commons was not living up to their promises and repairs on the ship, and yet publicly they continued to promote Urban Commons.
This final failure by Urban Commons really has left the city alone, holding the ship and deciding its future. And we don't know what's going to happen, and neither does the city, but we knew there needed to be an accounting of how the city got here.
The next steps is the Long Beach City Auditor is expected to come out with a report very soon looking at how the $23 million was spent on the ship for repairs. And she says she has not been able to verify where that money went.
I would say if you want to understand how Long Beach operates, how decisions are made, this is the story to read. It's long, it's complicated, but it explains how we got to this point and has set up the crucial turning point for one of the most iconic parts of Long Beach. This is a story that wouldn't exist without the Long Beach Post, because we have reporters like Kelly Puente who's been reporting specifically on the Queen Mary for years now. In addition to that, we were given the time and space to really answer these crucial questions. That's not something that would happen without the investment and the time of journalists who know what they're doing and know what they're talking about.